Hi guys, so today I'm going to cover with you chapter 10 on pricing concepts. So basically this will be your last chapter in this semester. So feel excited, okay, I feel excited. And then as you know, price is your fourth marketing mix that I have covered all together throughout the whole semester. So remember your 4 P's, we have covered on the product, we also have covered on the place, and previously last week, okay, we have covered the promotion mix, okay, the promotion of the marketing promotion, and also the last one here will be the pricing, okay, or the price. So in this chapter, we're going to cover only 2 things, and as you can see also the slide is very short, okay, it's only on pricing objective and also pricing strategies. So let's check it out. What is a price? As you already learned this in chapter 1, price is what is given in exchange to acquire a good or service. So remember, price is not actually the value of the product, but rather a perceived value. Okay, so it is related to the perceived value at the time of the transaction is being made. Okay, and it is based on the amount of expected satisfaction to be received from the good or service, but not the actual satisfaction. So as you pay a plate of nasi lemak, for example, for 12 ringgit, so that is the price that you need to pay with the expectation, okay, on that 12 ringgit nasi lemak will give you, let's say, sambal kerang, sambal sotong, rendang, ayam rendang or curry rendang. Okay, so on top of course you have the eggs, anchovies, some peanuts, and also cucumber, okay, and the rice itself. So that 12 ringgit is actually the expected satisfaction that you will get, but not really the actual satisfaction, okay, as compared to, let's say, a price of a nasi lemak is 2 ringgit. So what would be you expecting in the plate of on that plate of nasi lemak of 2 ringgit compared to the plate of nasi lemak of 12 ringgit just now? Okay, so the expectation towards that 2 ringgit nasi lemak, perhaps you will not think of any sambal sotong or sambal kerang or even rendang inside that particular 2 ringgit nasi lemak, isn't it? So the most that you will expect is just like sambal, of course the rice itself, okay, no chicken at all, no meat, okay, it's just a sambal and also some anchovies and also peanuts and a slice of cucumber perhaps, okay. So that is what it means by it is actually related to the perceived value and is based on the expected satisfaction to be received from the good or service. So typically, the higher the price, the higher will be your expectation, okay, towards satisfaction on that particular product or service that you are paying. While lower prices will, of course, makes you believe or feel that, oh, okay, you don't expect so much on a cheap price of a product or a service. So let's look at the pricing objectives. Basically, there are 3 pricing objectives that you're going to learn here. The first one will be profit-oriented pricing objective. A profit-oriented, or sometimes it is called the profit maximization. It means you are setting price so that the total revenue is as large as possible relative to the total cost for a given item. And competitors' price as well as the product's perceived value will mediate the profit-oriented pricing. Okay, so another goal of this profit-oriented pricing is a satisfactory profit, which is a reasonable level of profit that is satisfactory to the stakeholders or the stockholders and also to the management. Okay, and there is a most common profit objective, which is the ROI, which is return on investment. Yeah, sometimes it is called the firm's return on total assets. So ROI will measure the effectiveness of the management in generating profits with its available assets. So basically, in this profit-oriented pricing objective, the word profit-oriented, okay, it means that the company is trying to set as a high possible for the price so that they will get more profit. Okay. Second pricing objective is the sales-oriented pricing objective. Sales-oriented, okay, meaning to say you are concentrating on making a lot of sales. Okay, well, you know market shares, okay, which refers to a company's product sales as a percentage of total sales for that industry, and market share can be expressed in dollars of sales or even unit of product. So rather than striving for market share, some companies will try to maximize dollar or the unit sales, which a firm may use maximization in an attempt to generate more cash in the short run or to sell off some excess inventory, but it will may produce little or no profit. So in this sales-oriented pricing objective, basically the company will set at a lowest price as possible so that many people will actually buy the product. Okay, compared to a 10 ringgit burger and also a 1 ringgit burger, of course a lot of people will actually buy 1 ringgit burger, isn't it? So in sales orientation, the company try to make the price of their product at its cheapest so that there will be many customers buying from them. They want many customers, they want more people to buy the product, and they are concentrating on the number of units sold. Okay, so to them, the more that they can sell, the more profit that they can get. Okay, so let's say to sell 1 ringgit of burger, everybody will buy. Perhaps in the whole class, let's say 30 of you will actually buy that 1 ringgit burger. So the company will earn 30 ringgit from the sale of 30 units of burger, which is 1 at 1 ringgit. While let's say I'm selling it at 10 ringgit. So how many of you will actually buy a 10 ringgit burger for me? So perhaps only 1 or 2. So in the end, I only get, let's say 2 person buy a burger from me at 10 ringgit. So only 20 ringgit that I will gain. Okay, and only 2 customers actually bought my burger. But a 1 ringgit burger will be bought by everybody, which is like 30 of you will buy the burger. So that means the strategy here is that to get more people to buy, right? And making profit is not really what they call a concern here, but rather to get more people buying so that a lot of people will actually becoming your customer. The third pricing objective is what they call the status quo pricing objective. A status quo is very simple, which the pricing will seek to maintain existing prices or simply to meet the competition. And this strategy will require just a little planning other than monitoring the competitors' prices. Basically, status quo pricing is when you will actually set the price of your product similar or as the same as your competitors' price. Let's say I am selling that particular burger. Okay, I'm burger A and then there's another competitor is burger B. When burger A, as me, wanted to set my price, I will actually think of what will be my competitor's price. If let's say my competitor put their burger at 2 ringgit, so I might as well just follow. I want also to sell my burger at 2 ringgit. Okay, so that this strategy will actually makes people choose, okay, between the two companies, okay, and feel that, okay, if let's say yesterday I already bought burger from B, after all the price is also the same, 2 ringgit, I might also try, okay, to buy burger from A. Okay, so that is the purpose whereby you want people to actually try and also try to get the competitors' customers to actually buy from you. Okay, so basically status quo is the same as the competitors' prices. Moving on to the pricing strategies. Okay, so a price strategy defines initial price and gives direction for the price movement over the PLC. Okay, so it is actually a long-term pricing framework which establishes the initial price for a product and also the intended direction for price movements over the PLC. So actually you have set the first pricing strategy in your, of course, your first stage in your product life cycle is introduction, right? So the intended direction could be going more expensive or going to be more cheaper over the period of the life cycle. So price policy is a set of a specific market segment based on a well-defined positioning strategy. So there is also this the price is also related to your positioning strategy, whether you want to make that particular product available for everybody and affordable for everyone, or you want to have some prestige or also some exclusivity of the product so that not everybody can afford to buy that particular product. So there are actually basically three policies. for setting a price on a new good or a new service. Okay, so basically this is when you wanted to put the product in the introduction stage of your product life cycle. So there are price skimming, penetration pricing, as well as the status quo pricing. So let's look at pricing on the skimming price. Okay, a skimming price or price skimming is a pricing policy whereby the firm will charges a high introductory price. Okay, which often will couple with the heavy promotion. So as the product progresses through the product life cycle, the firm may lower the price to reach a successively larger markets. Basically, price skimming, meaning to say at the introduction stage, you will set the price at its highest possible, okay, or high price at the introduction stage. So when will it be very successful? It will be successful when demand is relatively inelastic. Okay, what is actually demand is relatively inelastic? That means regardless the price changes, okay, demand is still there. Okay, that means people are not really sensitive with the price changes, so it will be very successful. Another what they call it, another scenario or another situation whereby the product will be successful when you put a price skimming is when the product is legally protected, when it represents a technological breakthrough, or when the production is limited because of the technological difficulties, shortages, or even a lack of skilled craftspeople. So here meaning to say that if the product is actually legally protected, things that are very, how to say, exclusive, okay, so that means it can be put at price which is very expensive and people still willing to buy, okay, or when it represents a technological breakthrough. So just like when Samsung Flip, right, for example, you know the Samsung Flip, right, the new Samsung. So it's actually a technological breakthrough. So whatever price that Samsung put, I think it's about 5,000 something if I'm not mistaken, right? So the price is very expensive compared to other Samsung series, yeah. So yes, people are willing to purchase that particular technological breakthrough kind of phone, right? Or when the production is limited because of some technological difficulties. So like diamonds, for example. Why this diamond is so expensive? Okay, actually diamonds is just rocks, isn't it? But then what makes it so expensive? Because it's not easy for you to cut a diamond, because you need a diamond to cut a diamond, right? Not okay, and it has to be very carefully cut or else it will break. Okay, so that's why the more cuts on that particular diamonds, the more shinier it is and the more expensive it is. Okay, or the price could be expensive also when you have some shortages in the production of that particular product, or even you don't have a lot of people that are actually able to make or create that particular product, especially the handcrafts products, yeah, like kain songket, for example, or kain puak kumbu. Why those things are the real puak kumbu? Yeah, I'm not talking about the printed one, but the real one, or the what they call, yeah lah, the real puak kumbu is going to be very, very expensive, isn't it? As well as the kain songket. Why is it so expensive? Because it's not easy to actually make that kain songket. All right, so this is when price skimming could be successful to be made, and people still would like to buy those products that have these particular characteristics. Now moving on to the second pricing strategy, which is the penetration pricing. Penetration pricing will set a relatively low price for a product as a way to reach the mass market in the early stages of the product life cycle. Basically, it is opposite of the price skimming just now. So as price skimming, you put a high price at the introductory stage, while penetration pricing, you will put a lower prices, okay, at the early stage of the product life cycle. So it is actually designed to capture a large market share, resulting in lower production costs. This is because you sell at a very cheap prices. So if it is cheap, then a lot of people would like to buy your product. So with that, you know that there will be large demand. When there is a large demand, meaning to say you can produce more. When you produce more in mass production, you are able to reach or achieve your economies of scale. So that will result in the lower cost production per unit. Okay, and penetration pricing is very effective in the price sensitive market. Okay, unlike the skimming just now, it is effective in the insensitive market. But here, market are very sensitive toward the price changes. Okay, so that's why they will prefer to buy things that are cheaper. That means if the product price is cheaper, demand will be higher. But if the product price is high or expensive, demand will be lower. Okay, so this is when demand is elastic. Unlike the penetration unlike the skimming just now, demand is inelastic, because regardless price is high or price is low, demand is still the same. Next, it is also successful, okay, which can block entry into the market by competitors because they cannot gain a large enough share of the market to be cost effective. This is when you set a low prices for your product that other competitors will not be able to beat the price that you are selling. Okay, because they will not be able to have enough market share to be cost effective like what you are doing. Take example of AirAsia. When they came to the market, right, they sell the ticket price at very low prices, which other competitors will have difficulty in competing. If you still remember, there's one airline that called Raya A. Okay, Raya A, which has gone bankrupt, yeah, because they cannot sustain to have what they call low cost carrier or low cost airline. They cannot compete with AirAsia, and therefore AirAsia actually blocked entry to the new competitors into the market. Okay. Lastly, the status quo pricing. Similar like the status quo pricing objective, yeah, the status quo pricing strategy is actually you are maintaining the existing prices or simply meet the competitor's price, which this is the actually safest route to the long-term survival if the firm is comparatively small. Because let's say you wanted to compete with the other competitors, you can't show that you are more expensive than your competitors, because perhaps people will buy your competitors' product. Or if they say you put at a cheaper price, people will look at your products as an inferior or lower quality because yours are cheaper, isn't it? So the best one or the safest one is just to meet or to be the same as the price of your competitors, so that people might feel that, oh, okay, I might want to try to buy this particular brand as well, because after all the price is similar, perhaps the quality is also similar. All right, so with that, we have finished all the chapter in this syllabus. This is the end of chapter 10, and this is the end of the whole syllabus of MKT 243. Okay, so if you have any questions, please ask me during our live session later on, and I hope you are able to do your revision. And you have if you don't understand any part of the chapter, please do ask me so that you'll be able to sit for your test soon. Okay, thank you guys, bye.